Was it a hard one to record?
No. It was, working with David back then was always very easy. It's one of the best vocalists I've ever worked with. Like almost every vocal he did was just one take all the way through. There was no having to patch it up or anything like that, or do lots of takes to decide which was the one. It was, he'd go out, he'd sing it, it was there.
But the film is a sad thing for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools if they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go.
It was a great period. We were doing so much, and no one quite knew what to expect of it. This was, David had had a moderate amount of success some time before with Space Oddity. Then there'd been nothing for ages, and it was a completely new situation. He was using musicians he hadn't used before. I'd worked with him on 2 albums before, but as an engineer, this was the first time we did a co-production. And so we were all feeling each other out.
We basically played the track live. And David sung live too. He came down. He redid the vocals later, but he sang so that it was actually recorded as if it was a band. It's always very easy to be retrospective and say, oh, it was fantastic sessions and it all went really well. But the truth is, they were fantastic sessions.
Oh, I love it when the recorders come in. Their recorders are used so infrequently, and they just fit in so perfectly with everything else on this. Of course, nowadays that would all be done on a synth.
Yeah, but it's actually David who's playing.
Yes.
She could spit in the eyes of fools if they ask her to focus
I do feel very proud of the Hunky Dory album because David allowed everybody to have more than just a part of being a session musician. Here's the song, play along. He allowed me freedom in how I wrote the piano part that went with it. And I always felt very honoured that you've got a great songwriter and a great recording artist like David who will trust somebody to produce their own part to go with one of his songs.
Turn and face the strain. Changes. It's gonna have to be a different man. Time may change me, but I can't trace time.
I suppose there was a certain amount of disappointment because this didn't do very well at all when it first came out. And, yeah, it was just okay. We did what we wanted to do, it was great, so other people don't get it, that's fine. And then Ziggy came out and I was completely blown away. I was just sitting in reception at Trident and Gus Dudgeon came up and said, congratulations. I said, what on? And he said, oh, Ziggy entered at #7 this week, and bloody hell, absolutely blown away. So it then took that, and then they did another push on this again after Ziggy, and then it happened.
Yeah, because one funny thing is that the song wasn't released as a single until summer 1973, and by then you had released both Ziggy Stardust and Aladdin Sane. So how
you
come?
know better than me. I don't know.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it really?
Yeah.
Did it do anything?
Vi har här i tratten idag en så kallad promotionfilm med en av förgrundsfigurerna inom den här sminkpoppen, nämligen David Bowie. Och vi ska ta och titta på ett smakprov ur den filmen. På den filmen sjunger han Life on Mars.
It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mommy is yelling no, and her Daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. But the film is a sad thing for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools if they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the long man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if you'll ever know who's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars?
I knew he was going to wear a blue suit, that was about it. I didn't really quite know how he would look. I thought, oh, we'll just put David on a white background and I'll play and see what happens. Because that's the way I used to do it. Just that's what you got. You got a few hours, get a cameraman in, cut the lights and shoot it. No big deal, not loads of people running around. No catering, I mean, someone call up, go out and get a few sandwiches. And we were off and running. And all it is David against the white background.